What's up, everyone? Today is a absolutely beautiful day. It is about 60 degrees. There's barely any clouds in the skies, maybe a little bit of poofs here and there, but we're going to go ahead and take advantage of it by pulling the engine out. And I am very excited because this whole endeavor is going to be very ambitious, and it's going to be a heck of an adventure. And that's really what cars are all about. It's the adventure between point A and point B. And man, this one's going to be fun. So my stepbrother's on his way up. We're going to go ahead and rip that engine out of there, it's going to be a lot easier with two people. We are going to hopefully not have too much fight with the engine hoist on the gravel driveway today like the other time. It was really bad. But interestingly enough, I had the whole series of events with the car off of by a little bit. It wasn't the brother that passed away that owned the car, because the brother who owned the car had signed the title over, told his sister, hey, you know, I don't really want to sell it, but you know, life happens. I don't have time. I can't bring it back, and it needs to find a good home. So just a day before I started looking online for one of these, she posted it. It was just like everything was meant to be. And ultimately, I got a phone call today because he saw the video of, I believe it was the video of how everything came out being clean and everything. He goes, that looks very familiar. And sure enough, he calls his sister, and he ends up getting the phone number from her, gives me a call, and we talked for about 35 minutes, and I found out a lot about the car. So we're going to start with all of the dents in it. So what ended up happening was, at some point 10 years ago, right before it was parked, a herd of deer ran across the street, and one of them hit the front and all the other ones hit the side. So crazy unfortunate event. But that would explain why all the dents are more blunt force and less like a car being dragged or sideswiped. They were just, and that happens actually quite a bit, at least up here. I've had deer run right into like broadside of the car and just, they instantly perish, and they obliterate the door. You can't open doors. Real nuisance. They're like squirrels, except for with way more body mass. And yeah, not a big fan of deer. I tried my hand at gardening once here, and everything got about this big, and it looked like one day when I got home, a weed whacker went through everything. So yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of deer. They taste really good though. I like hunting them. Anyways, so today we're going to pull the engine, and it turned out the whole story behind the intake manifold was his buddy had one of these just laying around. He threw it on here and it drove fine. The only reason why it parked was because the deer just completely obliterated the side of this car. It's like full broadside from a battleship, just blah. So I have some really cool ideas from you guys. We're gonna try some of them out, like I guess someone was saying about putting a tire tube inside and just inflating it. Hopefully that'll push the dents out in certain spots. We still need to figure out how we're going to get this door open. We're going to work on that, but today we got to get it jacked up and start pulling this engine so that we can figure out what we need. So without more talking, let's get doing. So one of the things I'm going to be doing while I wait for Kevin to pop up here is we're going to take the spark plugs out so we can rotate the engine, and when I get up underneath there, I can separate the torque converter from the flex plate. It's very important on these old cars. That's, you know, how you take it apart, honestly. So one cool thing about Dodge, as far as what I've experienced in the past, which is really only with two engines, is removing those bolts is actually very simple. You have a nice access point, unlike the Toyota Supra engine, where getting those bolts out, you got a little tiny window. We should have a nice access to it. So let's go ahead, start pulling those spark plugs and anything else I can see. As soon as he gets here, we'll pop the hood off, and we will mark where it is currently. However, when it hit the deer, the hood was shifted back a little bit. Not too bad that it won't be able to be repaired or pulled back out, but enough that she's not really lined up perfect anymore. So not that I'm not worried about its location, just it's not like it's in the right place anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and start pulling this all apart. Once he gets here, we'll pull this here hood off and get her done. So we haven't started with the motor mounts yet, but watch this for a good second.
Pretty sure that motor mount is blown.
Yeah, no, we're gonna put that on our list of things we're gonna need. All right, guys, it was a long day. A big thank you for Kevin for helping me pull this engine. It would have been a 2-day ordeal just by myself. I also have a big thanks for my wood carrier for sacrificing itself today to get the 318 in the garage. We'll have to revisit that at some point. But yeah, guys, big thing is to start tearing her down. Make sure that everything's copacetti. Figure out why this is completely stuck inside there, which kind of is a bit concerning. But we got to put this in a nice safe spot so that nothing happens to this guy. Put that up on the same stand and just tear it apart. That's all we can do. So until the next time, guys, I'm very happy with the turnout for the day. Just before it looks like it's going to start storming, and this will be down to Uncle Tony's garage hopefully before you know it. This is going to be fun, guys. All right, until next time, keep your shiny side up and have a wonderful day.